Hey, good morning everybody. Abram Gonzalez with Digital Harvest, your education coordinator. For today, I have a presentation. This is the continuation of our series that Mike and I have been running called Farming for Referrals. And so what the purpose is of this series, of course, is to educate and share more ways, more creative ways that we can come up with referrals in a more natural and easy to use process. Today, we're actually talking about the process, okay? How to create a process within your business that will automatically spit out referrals without you really having to think, is this a good referral for so-and-so, okay? So I brought our guest here today, our very own property manager, Mr. Joe Vialva, to share with us something that he taught me during our first one-to-one. So Joe, you want to tell that story about what it was like for you when you first joined BNI and that process you described to me?
Sure. So real briefly, what some of you may not know is prior to being a property manager, I was an insurance agent. And so with BNI, my first career with BNI was as an insurance agent. And as an insurance agent, I was doing a one-to-one with a mortgage broker. And in the process of that one-to-one, the mortgage broker said something to me that kind of that raised a flag. She said, if somebody has a mortgage more than 3 years old, I guarantee you I can make them a great deal. The minute she told me that, this idea popped into my head. As an insurance agent at that time, one of the things that we did was we would ask our customers, do you have a mortgage? And of course they'd say yes or no, and you'd move on. It occurred to me, if I added one additional question, when did you get that mortgage? That would yield an instant referral if the answer was more than 3 years. And so all I did was simply add that question to the process, and before you know it, I had an automatic system of referrals. Anybody that said their mortgage was more than 3 years old, I would instantly just come back and say, hey, I have a mortgage broker that told me she absolutely can save you money. Would it be okay if I gave your name and phone number to that mortgage broker? And it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's really brilliant, right? Because Joe wasn't spending time having to think about how to give that mortgage broker a referral. It just automatically happened. So think about your business. What are the things that you can put in place or add or just shift around that would also give you the same effect that Joe was able to achieve in the example that he shared today? One of the things that I've been doing recently with clients, and this might help some of you, especially if you're in a consultative type of business, like bookkeeping, for example, right? What you can do is you can actually build some more consulting into the backside of your product offering. Okay, so you're gonna sit with somebody, you're gonna render a service, and when you're done, you're gonna actually have some time set up to have a conversation with them. In that conversation, you can make further recommendations. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking more ways to get creative, and maybe you can think of some things too, and coming back and contribute that to the group, especially your one-to-ones. Think about those ways, and you're sitting down with somebody, how can we get into each other's process? Okay, and that way we can start feeding each other more referrals more predictably and without having to spend the extra time, effort, and energy going and hunting for those things, because we got businesses to run, right? It's going to take some time to give referrals to your buddies here in the room, but if you put it up this way and you set it up like this, it's not going to take anything away from your business. It's only going to add to your chapter and your ability to be a true giver's game person. So that's it for your education moment. Abram Gonzalez, Digital Harvest. Thank you.